Hello there, I'm Rachel and I have a new video to share with you today on live study hacks. How often do you look at your homework and reading assignments and wish you could get it through it all in less than 20 minutes? What if you could do this and still remember all the important information you read? So are you ready for questions or for your test? So today I'm going to share speed reading techniques with you that will help you do exactly that. The 5 speeding topics that I'm going to be sharing today and I'm going to be covering include: number 1, figuring out how many words per minute you read, and number 2, identifying the main ideas so you remember the important stuff, like limiting regression, and number 3, decreasing subvocalization, which is when you hear sounds in your brain and they come out while you're reading, and you're just forming these sounds in your mind. And number 4, using tools to keep a faster visual pacer. And number 5, writing a summary after you read the book to improve your comprehension skills, to see how well you comprehended while you're reading in this faster pace. So obviously this is a lot of information to take in and to think about, but I'm going to explain everything to unlock your speed reading power, and that's why you clicked onto this video, I hope. First, take a moment to clear your mind and relax so you can focus on everything. And I'm about to teach you how to getting rid of your distractions. It's just so important when you're learning how to master the art of speed reading and doing your homework in the future. The speed reading part of your homework in the future. So at this moment, please give me your undivided attention for the length of this video and you will see such promising and amazing results. Before I get into the learning aspect and part of this video, I want to offer some motivation. So don't be afraid to stretch outside your comfort zone and then aim for something that you think is impossible, outside the box, and no one can think that's possible besides you. And everything you can do and achieve is driven by your own personal beliefs. So if you think right now that you will never be able to get better at speed reading and just never speed reading your assignments or books, you're probably right. But if you do believe it, that you can do it and it's possible, and you tell yourself that you can read super fast, I guarantee you will achieve these goals. So believing in yourself is a way to just rewire your mind and to learn new skills. And not just the fact, there's so many benefits in reading faster, because reading faster helps you download more information into your brain so you can understand, think, and accomplish more. Remember that most leaders today are readers, and if you learn speed reading and do it at a consistent schedule and practice, you'll get so much more out of it, out of every minute and you spend learning. So now on to the real learning part of the speed reading lesson. Get ready to change the way you receive and remember written information. Number 1, find your words per minute. The first step is to figure out how many words per minute, or WPM, you read. This is a measurement you use to kind of track your reading speed improvement. Pick up a book, whatever book you have lying around, and that you just haven't read before, and remember that has to have a lot of text, and I prefer not like a comic book because that has a lot of visuals, but like a nonfiction book is what you should use. And you should also need a timer to like kind of set for 2 minutes and take a note of where you're starting your reading. So on the page before, you start the timer and you begin to read on the first page. And the goal is not to read as fast as possible right now, but just to read at your normal pace that lets you understand everything that you're reading and helps you retain information. So stop the timer when 2 minutes ends and mark the line in the book where you stop. To figure out your WPM, first count the number of the full lines of text you read, and if the line has less than 5 words, consider it half a line instead. So write down in total the number of lines and divide that number by 2. For example, if you read 50 lines total, divide it by 2 minutes you spent reading to get your WPM measurement of 25 lines in 1 minute. Record this so you can keep it safe and you can track your improvement in this speed reading type process. And once you learn more, you can you can improve it. And if you're ready for more, count how many words are in each line of text you read. Of course, every line has the same number of words, but try to come up with a good general average that makes sense and divide that number by the 3, because for example, if there were 12 words in a line and you divide that number by 3 and get 4 and multiply this answer by your lines per minute, that lines per minute number, you figured out before to get the words per minute number. And the general categories of different types of readers are the following, that are 100 to 200 WPM are vocalized readers, 200 to 300 WPM are average readers, and 300 to 500 WPM are above average readers. So 500 and up are WPMs are the ultimate speed readers, and so there you have it, that's your WPM. And number 2, limit regression. Now that you have data to track your progress, the next step in learning how to speed read is to quickly identify the main idea of the content to limit regression. So regression simply means to go back, and you may find yourself doing this a lot if you skim through content and do not catch what the author is trying to tell you. So, but you have to go back and read things over again to get the main idea. But in the process that we're doing right now in speed reading, you will first have to get when you get it the first time, don't waste time rereading the book or the assignment. So go straight for it and just start reading. And the last thing you want to do was break forward momentum. You can train your brain to get the main idea quickly by looking at the headings, subheadings, and the first and last line of each paragraph. So this is basically getting the main idea. And part of speed reading is pretty much skimming through what's really important, the most important information, because not every word is necessary to get the main idea across. This is especially true in nonfiction books, and it's just an article. So while you are zooming ahead for the most important ideas and details, stop yourself from regressing by covering up with your words or the lines before with a note card as you go. So if you're reading online, minimize the screen so you can only see the content going forward. And number 3, decrease your subvocalization. So subvocalization is a big word that simply means how you read written letters inside your own mind or out loud. If you look at a letter and figure out its sound and then read the sounds together to make a word, you are subvocalizing. Some people even mumble words out loud as they go, along which uses up even more time. So try to not say things out loud, even though how tempting it may sound. Your brain also must listen while reading. Always read silently and push yourself to glean meaning from the words, instead of sounding them out while you're reading, and as you pretty much go along. Number 4, I think this is one of my favorite strategies, is to use a visual pacer, because sometimes we don't have something to pace us. So like, besides covering the lines that you've already read with the note card, like what we learned before, or the screen size, using a visual pacer like a pencil, a highlighter strip, or your mouse pad speeds up the process of speed reading. In fact, you can go 20% faster just with these simple changes. Visual pacers reduce regression and keep your eyes moving forward at all times, because you have something else to focus on besides a block of text. So at this time, you will not lose your place on a page, and you won't end up rereading sentences or getting lost and wasting time. So remember to always use a visual pacer. That's like the secret. And number 5, write a summary. Reading super fast doesn't help if you don't understand a book or assignment and cannot remember a single thing of what you read and what you finished. Right after you end your speed reading session, write down 3 or 4 sentences that cover everything you've just learned. Not only will this improve your reading comprehension and how well you resped during this time period, but it can also boost learning and help you become smarter and get better grades. And find your WPM reading speed at the start of this video, and then put all these other tips into practice. Test your words per minute frequently to track improvement. I hope you find this video helpful, and you make sure to like this video if you really enjoy the content, and that you also improve not only your reading speed, but how you remember every time, what you remember every time. So thank you guys for supporting this channel, and please like it again. I hope you found this video helpful, and subscribe to find more helpful content in the future. See you next time. Bye!